I'm often asked for tips on how to be successful in your career. I can only advise that you need to be ready for the next opportunity that comes your way. On this episode, I share some points of view on being ready for that next move. Are you ready for your next 1000 day itch? Are you prepared for a next change in your career? Are you ready for your next 1000 day itch? What do I mean by 1000 day itch? Really, it's a term I've used in professional forums and talks to advocate setting of personal career goals. That then leads to conscious efforts to work specifically towards those career goals. Often enough, these professional goals are also related to personal goals. Why 1000 days? Well, think about it. Almost all can agree that life progresses in cycles. Throughout our education years, we'd likely be sitting for a major exam every 2 to 3 years. Then throughout our careers and personal adult life, either we'd be settling down, going through a new career challenge, or even planning to upgrade our car or home. There is even a tendency for economic cycles to follow certain frequencies. However, regard the reference to 1000 days as an analogy. Change in your life may happen in longer or even shorter intervals. The question is, how prepared are we for these next changes in life? Better still, have we consciously made an effort to better ourselves in anticipation of changes happening? For me personally, changes happened in my professional career and to a greater extent in my personal life every 3 years or so. This is why I refer to the 1000 day itch. Sometimes I've been prepared in anticipation, sometimes not. Joan Hoy writes in her book, Take on Change, that even as organizations go through change, the reality for change to happen is for someone in authority, likely the CEO or the board itself, to feel sufficient pain or harbor strong ambitions for change. She also notes that another driver for change is ambition, the desire to achieve. Regardless of how long it will take for the next change in our career, it will happen. It's a matter of when will it next happen. The next question is, how can we prepare ourselves to be ready for that change? Better still, how we, through specific efforts, will not only be ready for change, but dictate the direction of change that most suits us. Regardless of how long it will take for the next change in our career, it will happen. It's a matter of when. The next question is, how can we prepare ourselves to be ready for that change? Better still, how we, through specific efforts, will not only be ready for that change, but dictate the direction of change that most suits us. In my previous role as senior partner in Korn Ferry International, we constantly search for potential CEOs who have ambition. If one doesn't have personal ambition, how can they possibly drive the ambitions of an organization? Other criteria we look for complementing depth of experience is one's ability to adapt to change. We call this learning agility. It was often disappointing to see, for example, senior professionals who have been in a role for so many years doing the same thing day in, day out. They are in their comfort zones. They are also the ones who constantly complain that they are being overlooked for C-suite opportunities. But please don't get me wrong. I'm not suggesting that one should job hop every 3 years. What I mean is that even if you are in a role in an organization for many years, there's no saying you can't improve how you perform as a professional or be on the constant lookout for new opportunities to progress within the same organization. The most important thing is to be ready with experience and skill sets for the next change or itch that's about to happen. Much has been written about how one can be prepared professionally for next changes. Here is my point of view how to equip yourself for the next 1000 day itch. Number 1. Gain self-awareness. Self-knowledge is the foundation upon which you can build self-confidence and success. To get ahead, one needs to recognize your personal and professional strengths. Awareness makes us better leaders. Write on your strengths, but also be honest about your weak spots. Work on them to better yourself to be ready for your next stage of growth. Number 2, develop a posse of inspiration. Surround yourself with positive, successful people who have progressed in life. Some even look for mentors who can share their personal experiences for success. My role as an executive coach is to help ignite and drive inspiration in my clients. Number 3, equip yourself with better qualifications. I have heard many arguments that there are just too many MBAs in the market, thus diluting its benefit. These comments are normally from those who sit on the sidelines complaining while others progress. Like it or not, arm yourself with additional credentials, MBA, or other postgraduate qualifications, even on part-time programs. This complements the years of on-the-job experience while broadening your knowledge and qualifications to take on bigger roles. Number 4, deliver excellence, speak up, and gain recognition. Be seen, be heard. Ini bukan bodek ya. It sounds a bit like motherhood statement, but there's no doubting exceptional performance that goes beyond what is expected sends a message to higher ups that you are dedicated and have solid work ethics. To get noticed, you need to be heard and seen. Take on roles outside your pure scope of work. Remember, out of sight means out of mind. Number 5, polish your interpersonal skills. There are many fine examples of leaders who are polished speakers. They take extra efforts to enhance this skill. Some even engage personal coaches. Some benefit from public programs like Toastmasters International. Watching TED Talks, for example, also helps to learn different presentation styles and emulate those that you are most comfortable with. Being able to deliver succinct, clear messages through storytelling can be learnt. Number 6, be a risk taker. This is another debatable point of view. In the business world, there are those who stagnate at their job and there are those who excel. In an environment that is constantly changing, one may need to take calculated risks to stay ahead of the game. This also encourages you to push beyond your comfort zone in order to learn, grow, build self-confidence, and succeed. And finally, number 7, seek life balance. Balance your perspectives in life. Have faith in the Almighty. Personally, I take this as being my number 1 on my list. Work hard and be sincere towards achieving what you desire in life without forgetting all that is destined by the Almighty. Dr. Muhammad Hussein, who I interviewed on an earlier episode, writes in his book Seeking a Life Balance about how to live a good Muslim life in this world whilst preparing for the hereafter. There are many sound pointers to be noted and reflected upon. I hope my point of views outlined in this episode are well received by all. Personally, these are pointers I have adopted in my personal life and career, of which I hope may benefit you too. Remember to subscribe and provide comments on our YouTube channel and follow us on Spotify to encourage us to produce more episodes like this. Till then, take care and have a good week ahead. Assalamualaikum.